Don't get zonked out without having any silver and gold. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I got old paperwork. Another example that silver and gold are for the long term hold. I'm going to let you know what I am doing now, also in this video, with buying silver. Really not buying silver, we're converting. I got to get that out of my head. We all got to get that out of our head. But that's the common language most people use, buying. No, we're converting. Help me out with that like. Share the video out, my friends. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. There will be more giveaways coming up in the future. You're going to want to be subscribed. You have to be subscribed to win. So make sure you are subscribed now so you don't miss out. Let's get into the video right now. What I mean by you don't get zonked out. People, I understand. Okay, maybe some people don't understand this. Maybe some coin shops don't understand this. But we understand. People are on a fixed income. Money is tight right now for a lot of people. We get it. So how do we manage this? In this day and age, you get what you can, for one. Don't feel like, I'm trying to get this to the new people out there as well. Don't feel like you're never going to get enough for where you need to be. Eventually, you will have enough. Well, do we really have enough? Probably not. All right? I'm just going to make that crystal clear. Probably not. You know, I look at my stack, I'm like, okay, I've come a long way. You've seen different objects on your screen. You've seen different types of silver when I do my videos on your screen. You've seen a little something different today. Seen a lot of Canadian maples. It's not easy to stack. I get it. I'm in the same position. But I do a little bit at a time. I chip away, chip away, chip away. And most Americans, and I'm not talking about other countries. I got to stay with the American people. And I'm not talking about the stackers per se. Most people just don't have a clue what the heck's going on out there. All right, we saw a price jump in copper yesterday. According to the news, Trump wants to impose a 50% tariff on foreign copper imports. Okay. That's going to drive up prices on everything else. On copper's side. That's what it's going to do. You know, it's called inflation. You know, these companies will pass on the costs. These companies are not going to take it on the chin. I've been warning about that as well. We got to stay focused. We got to keep chipping away. Chip away. Chip away at it. And I understand. Trust me. I deal with it every single day at the shop that I work. Every single day we get somebody new that comes in. Don't have a clue about silver and gold, which is okay. We're there to help them. A lot of coin shops don't take that time to help their local people, per se. You know, sometimes they don't have time. Sometimes we don't have time. But we try to make meetings either before the shop opens, after the shop opens. You know, say, come in a little bit later. I got a little bit of time this afternoon or tomorrow morning, whatever the case may be. Try to work with each customer one-on-one like that. To educate them, because there still needs a bunch of education out there. Now, we can look at the silver quarters. We can look at the silver dimes. We got to get people educated. This silver is worth more than the face value. These coins that you see, mostly coins, there's a couple rounds in here. I think it's one round in here, actually. Are more than the face value of what it says on the coin. We just been lied to about real money. It's been taken out of our real money. You know, we can argue about who took us off the gold standard. Well, the last person who did that was Nixon. Tricky Dick Nixon, we like to call him. Temporarily take us off the gold standard. We never went back. We printed. Your dollar has lost value. We all know that. We got to educate our friends. We got to educate our family, because you're going to have to make the decision. When this thing fails, really fails, and the population has lost trust in the U.S. dollar, when people come knocking on your door or ring your doorbell, are you going to answer that door? You know, I tell people at the shop, this is what our owner told us to say. You got to take care of your household, who's living with you. Anybody outside of the household, even though it might be your kids, might be your family, you're going to have to make that decision. Are you really going to help them out after you warn them? You know, it's okay for someone to call you crazy, right? It's another thing for them to call you crazy, but really stack in on the sidelines. You know, look, I understand. We understand people don't have a lot of money. We've covered that already. But even if you can get your kids, your family, stack a little bit, at least they're trying. Then maybe there'll be more opportunity for you to help them out down the road when the stuff hits the fan. Say, look, warn them. If you don't start stacking something, all you're gonna say to your family, look, give me $25 a week. Give me $25 a week. I'll get the silver for you. I'll hold it for you. When the crap hits the fan, it'll be in your name, in an envelope. I'll get it for you. Maybe try that. Now, if you know they can afford more than $25 a week, then do it. If they can afford less, then do it that way. Whatever. At least they're putting something towards their future when the dollar does go goodbye. Because people will be zonked out. Now, like that game, Deal or No Deal. Don't pick the wrong door. Don't pick the wrong box. You're zonked. That's what's going to happen. And that's the scariest thing of it all. As I said, you see some coins on your screen today. You see some silver eagles on your screen. You see some Canadian maples. You see some Canadian maples on the side here. Look. I'm going to show you what I did back in 2021. Okay? 2021, these were going for most online dealers probably about $760 to $820 a tube back then in 2021. About that price. I came across a deal on November 1st of 2021. I got a row of 25. That's what they do in the maples. 25 per row. 2020s. Canadian maple leaves. You see them right on the side of your screen here. Some of them. I got more in the tube. I don't lie. I got these for $710 and $710.74 worth of tax and the shipping and all that. Guy comes back, he emails me back. Thank you so much. I needed the money to pay my rent. Well, I noticed he had another roll. I couldn't afford the other roll. Okay? So I called up a friend of mine and I said, look, this guy needs the money for rent. I says, do you have $710? I said, because normally I would charge a commission on something like that, but I felt so bad for the guy. He was giving a good deal. And I said, look, we can try to help him out and see if, cover another month's worth of rent or 2 months, whatever it was. He says, yeah, I'll be right over with the cash. I said, I don't need the cash tonight, my friend. I said, just let me know if you want him. I said, I'll get him for you. So I ordered him. The guy got back to me. He refunded me $25 or $35 or this whatever on both rolls. He said, since you bought both rolls, I'm going to refund you. I said, I don't want the money back. It was only too late. I mean, I was trying to find a way to send him the money back. I said, you need the money for rent. You all give me a good deal. I'm not worried about paying twice for shipping or anything like that. I said, so what I ended up doing was, I wrote him a check for $35. Sent it to him. He didn't want to cash it. I told him to cash it. You know, I said cash it because you need the money. You're giving these up for like $50 cheaper than everybody else is giving these up for. And, you know, you need the money. So that's what I done. He never cashed a check. To this day, he never cashed a check. All the coins came back good. You know, it's sad to see people in that position have to sell, lost their jobs, and have to sell. We know how hard it is to stack. We realize that stack is when we have to give it up like that. When we have to quick sell. It sucks. I'm just going to put it out there. It sucks. It does. But it is what it is at the end of the day. That's what you have your silver. That's what you have your gold for. Check out channel sponsor Pinbacks. They have a deal this week. 3 rows of quarters or more. That's 120 silver quarters, my friends. Last price check was $266.70 per row as recording of this video. Prices will change due to the market conditions. Keep that in mind though. Prices will change due to the market conditions. That's a gosh darn good price. So thank you, channel sponsor Pinbacks, for offering that deal this week. We're trying to put more deals together, my friends. The numbers are getting tight. The numbers are getting tight. The inventory is shrinking up out there. Now, some people are going to say, oh, there's plenty of inventory. No, there's not plenty of inventory. When the mass herd wakes up, your silver and gold will be gone within 72 hours. You'll see the same thing we've seen before in March of 2023 when you had delays of 6 to 8 weeks to get your silver and gold. It's going to happen again. Don't be locked out. Don't be zonked out of silver and gold. You got to keep stacking now. People say to me at the coin shop, Chris, I'm waiting for a $2 dip. It's okay, wait. Could it happen? Could we see a $2 dip in silver anytime soon? Of course we could. But I'm not taking my chances. I'm not taking my chances of what's going on there. I also want to tell you what I've changed a little bit of my buying patterns. Told you I'm going to keep transparent on this channel as well. I warned about that. I'm going to keep transparent. You folks know I like 35% war nickels. Okay? You know I like 40% silver halves. Okay, that's what I was focusing on. The last 3 or 4 weeks, I have been finding very little out there for deals. So I've changed my buying habits for now. What I am doing now, and I'm doing these one at a time as well. Channel sponsor Pinbacks has these, but the deal's already off. But I'm doing it in a different way, okay? I'm looking for, now, Morgan or Peace dollars. These are, I got 2 of these right here. These are both 1922. They're common dates, okay? They're common dates. I'm looking on the coin shop. I am looking for them on eBay. Right now, someone at the coin shop says, if you get these in, I want them all. So they come in, they all go to him. He just wants them all for now. So I'm respecting him. We're going to sell them all to him. So I'm strictly working with one other coin shop locally. Getting one coin at a time, or going on eBay, getting 1 coin at a time. And how I'm buying these is I'm using channel sponsored Pinbacks pricing. And what I'm doing is, I'm going to exactly tell you what I'm doing. I look at their pricing. Then when there's a bid on it, I raise the bid. And I put my max bid in 50 cents higher than Pinbacks would sell one at for. That is what I'm doing right now. I'm getting free shipping on these. That is, I don't mind paying 50 cents more because I'm getting ones at a time. 1 coin at a time, 1 coin. I'm just looking for common date, non-call Peace dollars, common dates, Morgan dollars. I don't care if they're all 1921s. I don't care if all the Peace dollars are 22s and 23s or 24s, 25s. I don't care. I'm stacking for weight right now. That is my change of habits right now. That is what I am doing right now. Just putting it out there. I told you if I was going to change my buying habits, I'm going to let you know exactly what I'm doing. Right now, that is what my main focus on is right now. Peace dollars, Morgan dollars, common dates, and I'm using the Pinbacks pricing, and I'm raising the bids, my max bid, to 50 cents higher per coin. I can't afford to go buy a whole tube all at once. Alright, that is how I'm choosing to do it. Just being honest. I'm just being honest. That's how I'm doing it. So what I did was I ordered a couple of those storage boxes for the 2x2 holders on Amazon. They were a little bit cheaper than what we sell them at the coin shop for. I'm trying to save every penny as I can, my friends. Alright? When I can save a couple bucks, I'm going to save a couple bucks. That's how I do it. So each of these boxes will take 50 coins. Well, I had to get a lot of 3. Well, now I want to fill all 3 boxes. That's 150 Morgan or Peace dollars. That's a quite bit of change at the prices today. I'm not saying myself a goal. I'm still looking for the 40% silver halves. I'm still looking for the 35% war nickels. But I'm not paying over melt value for those two specifically coins at all. I'm not doing it. Well, that's me personally. Okay? That's just me personally, because I got my stack. If I can't find them, fine. I'll move on. I'll pay a little bit up for the Peace dollars and Morgan dollars. I don't have a lot of them, and I don't give I get all common dates. I'm not a collector. I'm stacking for weight once again. So for the ones that say silver and gold have not done nothing, when I've shown paperwork like this from a few years ago, and we're not going that far back, when silver was cheaper back then, go price Pinbacks out. Go price other online dealers out for a roll of maples right now. It's over $1,000. Okay, it's over $1,000. So for the people who say, oh, silver is not done nothing, gold's not done nothing, I call bull crap on that. Because that's over $300 right now. Yes, you're going to take inflation out of that as well. So it has helped with inflation. It's held its value. It's kept up with inflation for the most part, if not a little bit better right now. Silver and gold have kept up. It's more proof. how can you argue with this? The proof is right there in the pudding. And I'm showing proof. I went back and I found this order. November 1st of 2021. That's when I got that tube of maple leaves. So it has kept up. It's a long-term hold. It's not something you're going to get rich off of. This is more proof of that. Okay? This is more proof of you're not going to get rich off silver and gold. It's not designed that way. Never was designed that way. Well, probably will never be designed that way. What? Rich in dollar terms? No. Because everything is a lot higher. So you gotta count inflation with all this. Get your silver as you can. Get your gold as you can. Get your platinum as you can. You want to throw copper in there right now with the mix? Get some copper rounds. People say they're not worth the money. But, well, okay. If the crap hits the fan, and you paid, let's say, $2.20 for a copper round now. Yes, the melt value is 28 cents, 29 cents, whatever the case it may be. Okay? I get it. But when the crap hits the fan and you need to start buttering stuff with it, just maybe that copper round will get you a gallon of milk. Maybe that copper round will get you something that cost less than, a little bit more than what you paid for it, and you gain something better in return for that copper round that you only paid $2 for. So if a gallon of milk's going for $3.79 in your area, it's not $3.79 here, it's about $2.79, but some other places are $3.79 if north of that. You get the picture. You done better. You done overall better if someone's willing to accept that copper round as payment for that item. Not saying stack a whole bunch of copper rounds. That's not what Coin Shop Chris is saying here. What I am saying is you probably do want a little bit of copper in your stacks. Just think about that scenario. You got to think outside the box. Because, you don't want to be caught later on and not have any copper. Yeah, you can use the wheat pennies. You can use the copper pennies as well. You can use everyday nickels, because we know that's copper in nickel. We've talked about that before. Not going to go through that nosedive today. But if you see a deal on copper rounds, pick them up. See a deal on a copper bar, pick it up. Don't pay extreme amounts for it. There are deals out there. You gotta check with your local coin shops. Maybe they'll be selling for a little bit cheaper than the online dealers out there for the copper. Gotta shop around on everything. I get it. So thank you for your time and watching. Please help me out with the thumbs up. That really gets these videos out. And one last note, don't get zonked out. Don't wait for a big dip. People who wait for these big dips, we've seen what happened. We have warned about this on this channel. About 7 people who waited for $17 silver, never happened. With that being said, don't get zonked out. Coin Shop Chris is out of here into the next video. Thanks for watching.